Hi, this is Tammy Patzer, and I'm really excited to be part of the Champions book project that will be benefiting Memories in a Mansion. And today I am speaking with the Memories in a Mansion founder and creator, Diana Aldereguia, and Mr. Bill Hansen, who has generously donated the use of Villa Woodbine in Coconut Grove, Florida, for the upcoming book signing and big unveiling of the Memories in a Mansion event. So before we talk to Bill more about the chapter that he actually wrote for the book, let me ask Diana more about the Champions book project and Memories in a Mansion. Diana?
Thank you, Tammy. I'd be happy to. Memories in a Mansion is a global leadership academy empowering the lives of over 10 million young women aging out of foster care by victims of domestic violence and of trafficking. We're transforming them into young, strong, compassionate, and self-sufficient leaders for tomorrow. The program takes them off the streets and takes them out of their troubled environments, which many of them will end up homeless or in jail or pregnant or worse. And we're putting them into a training, coaching, and mentoring program for self-worth, personal care, hygiene, personal development, and business skills, public speaking, career planning. That's only the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more. And the Champions Mentoring Creates Change book is a compilation of authors who tell about how they overcame their difficulties and their challenges. Many have some similarities to the ones that the girls have been going through, but others are totally different. It doesn't matter. We all have challenges. We all have problems. We all have difficulties that we've had to overcome in order to become who we are today. So it's basically showing these girls that no matter where you are in this world or what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, thank you so much, Diana. And I really do think you're really on track and on target for filling a need that today we need so much of. We all need mentors and coaches and a hand up, and it's such a fabulous opportunity. So I wanted to ask Bill a little bit more about his participation, but let me tell everyone more about Bill Hansen. For nearly 40 years in the profession, Bill Hansen is continuously challenging the boundaries of imagination and breaking new ground as one of South Florida's extraordinary full-service event design and production companies, complete with more than 200 team members. Their sophisticated know-how, warm, personalized service, and paramount commitment to your happiness guarantee to exceed even the highest expectations. In all that they do, Bill Hansen and his team strive to delight their clients and guests with passion, innovation, teamwork, and quality. Renowned for their bespoke event planning and tailored gastronomic approaches, every detail of Bill Hansen's impeccable service is thoughtfully designed and personalized to delight you and your guests. Since its inception, Bill Hansen has served 4 U.S. presidents, Pope John Paul II, Bill Gates, top professional athletes, singers, hundreds of Fortune 500 firms, and more than 5,000 couples. Bill Hansen uses a distinct approach of combining traditional and innovative solutions into turning your entertaining dreams into a brilliant reality. Well, welcome, Bill. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. In fact, at my age, I'm happy to be anywhere. So.
That's funny. And it kind of brings us to the topic of the chapter that you have provided for the Champions book projects that is going to be benefiting Memories in a Mansion. I understand that your book chapter is never too old, never too late, What does that really mean?
That means that I am passionate about what I do and that I continue to work beyond my supposed retirement years, and that I am essentially refired as opposed to being retired. And what I hope to do with this chapter is to inspire other older Americans to keep going and not give up. A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. So my goal is to be a role model for those other people that come behind me or that are alongside of me. And my role models include people like Dick Van Dyke, Betty White, Tony Bennett, who are all in their 90s and still doing what they love to do.
And they're very much admired. I think, if you think over the years, Betty White, Tony Bennett, Dick Van Dyke, it's amazing because they're all like dancing and singing and showing that being active is really healthy for mind and body. So why did you decide to get involved with the Champions Book Project and Memories in a Mansion?
Well, I've been good friends with Carla Merrill for years and years and years, and I knew that anything that Carla was involved in would be a winner. And so I decided to support her as an individual, as well as I have a very generous heart, and I'm always willing to help people that are in need. I look at it this way: God has blessed me beyond measure, so I want to continue to bless others with things and time, treasure, and talent that they need.
Well, I interviewed Carla Merrill just the other day, and you're absolutely right. Everything that she's involved with really is very high level and very high quality. So you're very astute in recognizing that. And we had a great conversation. If you get a chance, listen to that conversation with Carla Merrill, because we talked about a lot of things related to mentoring and coaching. So tell me more about the venue. On August 1st, Memories in a Mansion is premiering, and there'll be the book signing for the Champions book, and it's at Villa Woodbine in Coconut Grove. So tell me more about the venue and why it's so special.
Villa Woodbine is historically designated. It was built by Charles Boyd, who was the CEO of the Appleton Paper Company, and he built the villa in 1930 as his winter residence. At the time, it was located on what was called Millionaires Row, and it actually had a waterfront view and was on the waterfront. However, in 1964, Mr. Boyd sold that piece of property that was on the water to the city of Miami. And it was probably, 2-3 acres, and he got the huge amount of $80,000. So he obviously was a very generous soul. After that, the villa became a party house. The village people would come there. Mary Wilson from the Supremes, the Maharishi, Mel Fisher, the late Florida Keys treasure seeker, lived there for a year. And so it was a party house. It actually had somewhat of a seedy reputation, in as much as that before I got there were a lot of drugs and things of that nature going on. Coconut Grove back in the 80s was ruled by the cocaine cowboys. So it took us a while in order to clean it up. My wife, my son, Jimmy, and myself, we moved into Villa Woodbine in 1983, and we began to do catered events there, weddings, as well as some corporate events. The villa itself is still used to this day for weddings. We've probably hosted 1,000 or more weddings at the villa over the years, too many to count. And it is still used for these weddings, although my wife, Terry, and our son, we've long moved out from the villa. And it's just a treasure in the heart of Coconut Grove. And on a side note, one of the challenges that we're facing is that a local Catholic girls' school has made an offer to buy the villa, and we're to create a boys' school. My neighbors are up in arms against it because we already have boatloads of traffic, as well as their property values will go down. And also, it's been such a wonderful place filled with memories for everyone that has been wed there. So hopefully the city will not approve it, but that remains to be seen. For sure, we'll be there until the end of 2020, and hopefully for many years to follow.
Well, it sounds like an extraordinary place. So you're famous, obviously, for luxury catering. And what would you say that, I know that you can't really reveal the menu for the big event, but what would you say are some of your signature dishes that somebody who goes to an event at Villa Woodbine might encounter?
We serve virtually any dish that our clients desire, whether it is Indian cuisine, kosher cuisine, classical cuisine, cutting edge cuisine. Basically, in the catering business, we serve what our clients want. Mainly millennials, our clients are very attuned to what's going on in the food world. And so generally, most every one of them will tell us what they want. And then our chefs, our team of chefs, will create dishes. We do anything from sushi to nitrogen ice cream to filet mignon to Chilean sea bass, our hors d'oeuvres, crab cakes, honey coconut shrimp, caviar, foie gras. Our menu items range from things as simple as chicken and biscuits to high-end food items that could be something as ornate as, even pheasant under glass. So basically what we do is meet the needs of our clients with a mission of delighting our guests.
Well, it's funny because as you were describing all those things, I'm just like, I'm going, oh my goodness, the coconut shrimp and all of the different things. It made me want to ask you, I in your bio, you were reading, it says that you served U.S. presidents, Pope John Paul II, Bill Gates. So I'd like a little insider information of did any of the presidents or Pope John Paul or Bill Gates, did they ask for anything special in particular that you thought was interesting or common?
The one I remember the most was Bush 41. We served in a dinner for him at another beautiful Coconut Grove mansion called Villa Vizcaya. And one of the items on the menu was an oak grilled duck breast with lychee salsa. And I remember vividly, this was actually the second time that I catered for him. I remember vividly his enjoying it so much that he asked for seconds. So that's my food, that's my George 41 Herbert Walker Bush food story. I'll never forget that. And we still serve it from time to time.
Wow. And that would be quite the honor when somebody asks for seconds in a situation like that. But you've worked with so many fabulous people. I bet you just have all these interesting food stories. I always think that's very interesting. So, and it brings me.
It's funny because the food stories that I remember usually have to do with close calls when something was beginning to go off the tracks and how we solved it. Okay. Those really are the ones that I remember, because that's the difference between a professional like myself and a lot of startup caterers, that we all know that nothing is perfect all the time. So when something veers away from the perfection model, that's when we jump in and we're able to fix it before the client has any clue as to what happened behind the scenes.
I really think that's really good life advice, to always be ready to fix something. And it's interesting that what I've discovered about these conversations that we're having with people, including you, is that even though the stories are about, like catering or food, they're all boiled down to life lessons. And they're very powerful because of the fact that you're sharing these lessons about life that other people could apply to different situations. Like, it's never too late, or if you have a problem, solve it, or it becomes this big issue. So I really appreciate that. So if somebody wanted to connect with you about catering or about Villa Woodbine, how can they do that?
They can simply log on to our website, BillHansenCatering.com, or if they wish to speak to me directly, they can call me at 305-338-1897. And one more thing I would like to add about sharing life experiences. Since 1990, I have been an instructor in catering management at FIU, their hospitality school. And I've taught students, hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of students, about how to jump into catering as a profession. And I basically teach by telling them stories as opposed to, telling them, giving facts. So I love doing that. And actually, half of my full-time team are FIU graduates right now. So I'm a big fan of teaching. Yeah.
Is FIU Florida International University?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So Diana, I wanted to come back so that you could fill in everyone on the exact dates of the Memories in a Mansion event and how to get the tickets to go.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tammy. And thank you, Mr. Hansen, for participating in the book and for offering us such a beautiful venue. And thank you. I mean, that's all I can say to you.
My pleasure.
The event is August 1st at Villa Woodbine on Bayshore Drive. And to get tickets to attend, you can go to Memories in a Mansion, TM on Facebook, and it'll take you to the Eventbrite site to get the tickets. You can also find out more information about the program on memoriesinAmansion.org. And you can reach me personally if you want to, talk about anything related to the program at Diana at the Diana being spelled DIANA, at memoriesinAmansion.org.
Thank you so much. So, Bill, before I let you go, besides love of teaching and all of that, do you have any other last comments you'd like to share?
Yes, I just wish to share the fact that life is short, and that when we're young, we think we have all the time in the world. And before people know it, they're my age and even older. So I like to say, live every day like it's the last day of your life. And unfortunately, one day you'll be right. So.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to learn more about Bill Hansen and your catering, and of course the beautiful Villa Woodbine in Coconut Grove. Diana, any last comments?
Yes, absolutely. Like Bill, and leaving a legacy of delicious foods and beautiful memories, making an impact in the world is the way to do that. Changing the life of one youth, of one person, changes an entire community. It changes families, it changes everything, making this a better planet for us all to live in. That should be our goal. Finding our purpose and making it better for those that are around us.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Bill. Everyone, be sure that you go to Memories in a Mansion, TM, on Facebook to get the tickets for the event, which is August 1st at Villa Woodbine in Coconut Grove, Florida. And then also go check out memoriesinamansion.org. This is Tammy Patzer. Go make it a beautiful day.